Hello and welcome back to Cinemaclips. Grey's Anatomy has had its fair share of villains rival doctors, manipulative patients, and even dangerous criminals. But in the world of medicine, personal feelings don't matter when a life is on the line. Time and time again, the surgeons at Grey Sloan have had to put aside their anger, resentment, or even fear to save someone they'd rather never see again. From workplace rivals to actual threats, these moments tested the doctors like never before. Let's take a look at 8 times a surgeon had to save an antagonist. Starting off at number 8, we have It's the End of the World, Paramedic as We Know It. James Carlson puts not only himself, but the entire hospital in danger when a reenactment with his best friend goes wrong, and he ends up with an unexploded bomb in his chest. Christina Ricci guest stars as a young paramedic who puts her hand inside the patient's body, not realizing that a prohibited explosive was the cause of his injuries.
Hannah.
Yeah.
Your hand is keeping Mr. Carlson from bleeding out. You are keeping him alive.
And the bomb squad is coming.
The bomb squad is coming.
The hospital goes into a code black, and Richard calls the bomb squad, creating tension for viewers as Alex Karev races to warn the surgeons in the OR about the dire situation. While Burke informed James's wife that he survived, the stunt her husband pulled caused the life of the leader of the bomb squad, Dylan Young, when it exploded as he was removing it from the hospital. At number 7, we have Wishin' and Hopin'. Marina Wagner becomes a threat to the entire staff after George discovers that the herbal supplements she had been taking have mixed with her chemo medicine, making her blood toxic.
Aren't you from the lab?
Yeah, I feel like crap.
Is that the lady you gave Marino's blood to?
Yeah.
And you all feel shaky, nauseous?
It's awful.
She's toxic.
Callie, yeah, a lot of us feel that way.
No, the patient's blood is toxic. It's making us sick.
One by one, the attendings collapse after being exposed to the toxin, and it's up to the interns to finish the surgery. Meredith, Izzy, and Christina tag team as they enter the room one by one, holding their breath as they listen to the instructions the chief gives them. The episode creates an air of tension as every doctor risks their safety for the patient's life. Amazingly, Marina survives thanks to the surgeon's efforts. And at number 6, we have Crash Into Me, Part 1 and 2. This episode has a powerful demonstration of surgeons having to rise above for the sake of a patient's care.
If I have to work on this man, so do you.
Why? You don't need me. He has a swastika on his abdomen. A giant black swastika. My stepfather's parents died in Auschwitz.
You and I will do this. We will do this, and we will consider ourselves having risen above. We'll rise above.
A paramedic named Shane becomes injured after 2 ambulances crash, and when Bailey tries to examine him, he refuses to let her, demanding a male doctor. At first, she thinks it's a sexist thing, but it quickly comes to light that the paramedic is racist with a swastika tattoo on his abdomen. Bailey's patience is pushed to its limits when Shane then demands at least one white doctor is present for his surgery to assure she doesn't kill him.
No. I need to have at least one white doctor in that operating room. So you don't kill me on the table. No offense.
No offense. Did he just say no offense? Shepard.
Yeah,
I need O'Malley.
we're about to go into surgery.
I need O'Malley.
You okay, Dr. Valley?
Don't cross me.
At the end of the 2-part episode, the paramedic tries finding sympathy for his belief system from George O'Malley, and George says what everyone else is thinking when he tells him,
Because between you and me, if I had been alone in that OR, you'd probably be dead right now. And since we're sharing belief systems, I believe if you were dead, the world would be a better place.
At number 5, we have Sympathy for the Devil. A serial killer is attacked in prison and brought to the hospital, which creates an emotional debate about the death row penalty. Derek deals with strong emotions upon William Dunn's arrival and reveals that his father was murdered, but the men were never caught, creating a personal goal for him to get the patient well enough to face the lethal injection sentence awaiting him.
Dr. Shepard. What's that?
Whatever they stabbed him with is still in there.
His back?
Spine.
Does that mean I'm paralyzed?
My execution date is in a week. I've exhausted all my appeals, but if I'm paralyzed, my lawyer might be able to make a case for staying my execution. Do you think you could let me be a gimp?
No.
Meredith struggles to see Derek's point of view, creating a rift between the couple in the episode as she finds herself sympathizing with the man who killed 5 women. Meredith tries to sabotage Derek's hard work by telling William that if he hits his head, he'll die. But Christina intervenes, and they're able to stabilize him, the episode ending with his execution in prison. And at number 4, we have Perfect Little Accident. It's always a letdown when someone's hero proves to be a jerk, and that's what happened in this episode where Harper Avery himself is brought to the hospital by Jackson, who turns out to be his grandson. Throughout his stay, he was condescending and a know-it-all, even requesting only the best to perform his surgery, pressuring Richard Webber to do it and let him remain awake to watch.
Dr. Bailey is more than capable of performing the surgery.
I want Webber. No offense.
None taken.
And I want to watch.
What?
I'm going to be awake for my surgery. Watch.
So much for the low stress day.
Richard Webber had recently stepped down as chief of surgery due to his struggles with alcohol, and it put severe stress on him to have such a renowned surgeon watching his every move during the surgery. After complications due to an allergy, Derek steps in and tells Harper Avery he'll deem him unfit to make his own medical decisions if he refuses to go under anesthesia the second time, and they're able to remedy the situation. Coming off at number 3, we have The Sound of Silence. A patient named Lou suffers from hyperaggression after having a seizure and attacks Meredith Grey in the hospital room.
No.
You need to lay down. You shouldn't be up.
Let's get back on the bed, Lou.
While he didn't come off as a bad guy at the beginning of the episode, a majority of the doctors let their emotional reaction at Meredith being severely injured view him as an enemy. Bailey informs Grey that Lou had suffered from a severe epidural hematoma, but that he had been discharged after a successful surgery. The episode shows a powerful message of forgiveness when Lou comes back to apologize to Meredith for what he's done.
I wanted to. I didn't know what I was doing. What I did to you. I didn't know. I would never hurt a woman.
And her ability to accept that forgiveness to overcome her trauma at the horrific experience. At number 2, we have True Colors. The surgeons have no idea of the seriousness of the situation when 2 people they assume are a couple wind up in the hospital half naked with severe injuries. At first, Stephanie finds Keith as a caring boyfriend when he insists on checking on Allison after they're recovering from their surgeries.
In a hospital with a tube in her throat, no idea how she got here, surrounded by strangers and probably hurting like hell. She's gonna be so scared. You don't know how that feels.
Yeah, I do. Actually, I do.
And let me be there for her. Let me be there when she wakes up. If she can just see me first, she'll know she's okay.
But the mood swiftly changes as Allison reveals to Bailey that Keith was actually a stranger who tried to rape her. The hospital goes on lockdown, and Keith holds Stephanie hostage as she's forced to help him find an exit without being caught. The episode is high-paced and thrilling, especially when a massive explosion puts everyone's safety on the line. Finally, at number 1, we have My Shot. Meredith is on trial for insurance fraud, and it's the ultimate plot twist when the man who killed Derek is one of the doctors deciding the fate of her future as a surgeon.
Traffic light was out on Broadway. Dr. Rosenberg, Dr. Lang, and panel chair Dr. Paul Costello.
Mrs. Shepard, there's some things you need to know. Ma'am.
Give me the paper!
Her lawyer tells her to be quiet, but it becomes too much when Paul Costello begins questioning those who are close to her, seeming not to remember who she is. She yells at Paul, telling him that he's dangerous and made a life-threatening mistake that took Derek's life.
Okay. Thank you for that.
You don't get to sit up there and ask questions about my daughter. If you want to take my license and make sure I never see another patient again, then you do that. But you have absolutely no right to ever mention my daughter's name because you are the one who killed her father. You don't remember me. but I remember you as the coward who stood over my dying husband.
Shortly after, Paul suffers from a seizure, and Meredith tells the paramedics to bring him to Grey Sloan for the very best care and to not forget the head CT. Despite everyone's efforts, he passed away, but it was a powerful tribute to how hard they tried to save him, considering his role in Derek's death. Saving lives is what surgeons do, even when the patient is someone they despise. Grey's Anatomy has shown time and time again that personal feelings take a backseat in the OR. Whether it was a bitter rival or even a dangerous criminal, these doctors put their skills first, even when it wasn't easy. Which of these moments shocked you the most? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more Grey's Anatomy content. See you in the next one.